Hey, what's up guys? Gary Walker here with liveanabolic.com. Okay, in this video, I'm gonna tell you the 5 biggest intermittent fasting mistakes you can make and things you absolutely need to avoid. Intermittent fasting is extremely popular, I get it. A lot of great benefits associated to intermittent fasting. However, there's not a one-size-fits-all approach. That's the first mistake I think a lot of people make. People want to go all in. They want to just start 7 days a week fasting. And guess what? That may be good for you, but it may not be good for you as well. We're all different. It depends on where your starting point is, how much weight you have to lose. If you've been doing a good nutrition plan or you've been following your workouts, you've been following nutrition strategically for a few years, then guess what? You may not need to do that. If you're trying to lose a ton of weight, it may be something you want to do. But that being said, there's 7 days a week, there's 2 days a week, there's 4 days a week. Don't assume intermittent fasting has to be done every single day. That's one of the biggest things I notice with people. Also, here's the other thing. If you decide to do it 3 days a week, 4 days a week, or if you decide to do one 24-hour fast a week, that's another popular thing. There's not a specific way to do it that's gonna guarantee you optimal results. There's the 16-to-8 split, which is the one when I do utilize intermittent fasting, it's what I like to do. I like to fast for 16 hours a day and have an 8-hour feeding window. It's something I do because I still get to eat 4 meals that way, and I still like to feed my muscle. I'm not all about losing weight. I want to lose fat, but I still want to continue to feed my muscle. That's the other neglected thing with intermittent fasting that I'll touch on in a minute. There's also the 18-6 window. I've got guys commenting to me that, hey man, I'm intermittent fasting. I fast 20 hours every day. Okay, good for you, but I don't really think that's optimal. Okay, especially if you're doing it every day. If you're doing that a couple times a week, then yeah, you can still get your macronutrients and your micronutrients, which is key as well. You still want to make sure you're getting your nutritious vitamins, minerals, all those good healthy meals. That leads me to the number 2 tip. Not only is there not a one-size-fits-all approach, but a lot of men tend to go all in and they do that 20-hour fast or the 18-hour fast. And what happens is they end up eating too little. You don't eat enough. All right, you still have your basal metabolic rate. That's basically the amount of calories your body needs at rest to just function normally without adding exercise, without adding anything else, cardio. But as you know, if you're following my programs, you're creating a calorie deficit. You're creating a calorie burn by utilizing these resistance training exercises that we're doing and the high intensity cardio workouts. So if you're incorporating all of that, then your calories actually change. You need more than just your typical basal metabolic rate, okay? Your starting or maintenance calories. So that's hard to do when you can only eat once or twice a day. So that's the other thing I really want you to focus on is what are your goals, okay? What are your goals? Do you have 100 pounds to lose or do you only have 30 pounds to lose? Because that's gonna make a big difference in your fasting as well. Also, like I said, eating too little is one of the biggest problems. Also, eating too much is another problem that I come across with a lot of guys, especially the guys that do the 16-8 splits. 16-8, they're getting 3 meals, and guess what? Those 3 meals are huge, massive meals. They're not really concerned about the types of food that they get. They're more concerned about just eating what they want to eat because, hey, I've been fasting for 16 hours. Think you're fasting 16 hours, you can eat whatever you want over that 8-hour window. That's not the case either. So eating too little, eating too much, and that leads me to the next tip is, or the next thing you should avoid is eating the wrong kinds of foods. Because a lot of those men that do eat too much, they are under the assumption that since you're fasting for that period of time, that in that window, then you can have your donuts, or you can have your burgers and fries, or you can have the processed foods. Well, that kind of offsets and defeats the purpose, offsets the benefits of the intermittent fasting in the first place. So one of the main benefits of intermittent fasting is the health benefits that comes along with it. Not just the weight and the metabolism boosting and insulin benefits, but also just general health benefits. Now, if you go and start eating like crap, you continue to eat those processed foods in your feeding window, then you're doing yourself a disservice and you're not gonna get all of those same benefits. So that's the other thing I really want you to avoid if you can. Lastly, I'm gonna tell you is trying to force intermittent fasting if it's something you're not even meant to do. Because intermittent fasting, like I said at the beginning, is not meant for everybody. So a lot of it has to do with your job and your daily habits and your activity levels. All right, because let's face it, a lot of older men have very sedentary lifestyles. They wake up and they go sit on their ass for several hours a day on the computer. They got a lot of easier types of jobs. If that's you, then obviously you don't need a lot of energy first thing in the morning. So you don't need to just start consuming breakfast and having a second meal. Intermittent fasting will be great for you because you are actually waking up, going to work, and then sitting down. So you don't need that extra fuel right now. So it's something that I understand you wanting to incorporate. However, on the flip side to that are these men that they still have construction jobs, high activity jobs. They need a lot of fuel for their work. So if they're trying to do an 18-hour fast or even a 16-hour fast, then guess what? You might be a little lethargic, lack energy, and your job performance is gonna suck. So you're not gonna experience the same types of benefits as some of these other people might. So all of this is just to tell you that intermittent fasting is not for everybody. I do it occasionally. I don't do it year round. And when I do intermittent fasting, me personally, I still, like I said, I like to fuel my muscle. I like to work hard with a lot of intensity. So I will probably do it 4 or 5 days per week. But I utilize the bigger feeding window, the 16-8 split. Fast for 16 hours and eat for 8, so I can still eat every 2 hours and still get enough fuel to fuel my workouts, enough fuel to make sure I'm not gonna be lethargic throughout the day or lack energy or just be not wanting to do anything, because that's the last thing. If you work out hard and you're not feeding yourself enough to recover and replenish, then you're gonna start getting sluggish. And it's a compilation type of thing. You may not notice it tomorrow or the day after, but it's gonna gradually start hindering your performance. You will feel it and it's no fun. I've been there, so luckily I kind of know how to read my body, but a lot of you guys, man, you're new to this. You may not realize those symptoms. So that is one thing I want you to get aware of though, just your biofeedback. Listen to your body. How do you feel? Are you tired? Are you getting stronger in the gym or weaker in the gym? Because obviously, if you're intermittent fasting, I want you to be working out. If you're working out, that's gonna help you burn extra fat, which is the key, because all of that fat around your guys' stomachs, that's not healthy. It's a sign of a lot of other issues going on. So you really wanna burn that fat. Intermittent fasting can help you do that. But choose wisely as to whether you do it 1 day a week, 3 days a week, 4 days a week. You don't have to go all in and just suddenly, that's your lifestyle. You're gonna intermittent fast every day for the rest of your life, okay? If you want to, then I'm gonna recommend a larger feeding window and a little bit smaller fasting window. That way you can still get enough fuel for your workouts, because a lot of guys comment, like I said, man, they comment, they're so proud of themselves because guess what? I fast 20 hours a week and I feel great. Yeah, you may feel great initially, but again, it's leading to a lot of other issues because eventually you're not gonna be able to recover from those workouts. You're not gonna be able to recover, you're gonna, just from your normal day-to-day activities. Even if you don't work out, you're not gonna have enough energy to fuel your body optimally. And that's the key, man. When you get older, it's doing things optimally. So that's what I want you to focus on when you're listening to your body and getting that biofeedback is, do you do things optimally or are you half-assing things? Do you feel strong and vibrant, or are you just kind of not really looking forward to the day, feeling tired? Because if that's you, then you need some more calories, you need some more fuel. Make sure you're getting your protein, good essential fats, and then those Complex and fibrous carbs are both essential for us older guys. But man, I know this turned out to be kind of a long video. I just wanted to let you know that there are some things when it comes to intermittent fasting that's common, but things that you need to avoid to have success with the intermittent fasting. So comment below, man. Let me know if this helped you out. Give me a thumbs up if you like it. And if you have any questions about anything, again, comment with that as well. And man, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to our channel. That being said, that's all I got. Get busy, get after it, and God bless.